Dr. Rohit Grover. We know Rohit very well, he's from Chandigarh. So he's going to talk about newer advanced in refractive corneal lasers. Dr. Rohit, please.
I hope all the patients' eyes have been needed so much. Sometimes on treated dry eye patients now.
Okay.
What we do for them in refractive surgery. Well, there has been a lot of noise about new platforms coming in for treatment of refractive errors. And as far as the femtosecond platforms, the lenticle extraction, we have silk, we have clear, and all these various platforms coming. And the resurgence of interest in these lenticle extraction procedures, whether we call it RCLE or RELEX, is primarily some new improvements coming in. And the end of the 10 years RISE patent, so many companies have dropped into the bandwagon making their own patent. First of all, ZEISS itself came up with this 800. It was a faster laser, and post-docking alignment for the centration and axis is possible, but though that's still manual because it cannot, no femto platform can have an auto centration, auto tracking, and but there are moving parts, and it really didn't make too much of a difference. It's a somewhat faster laser, so was Zemer's Z8 Neo come out as a faster corneal, they call it a clear procedure. That's a corneal lenticule extraction for advanced refractive correction. It is again a low energy system with smaller overlapping spots, and the surgeon has a choice of 2 incisions in this procedure. One incision he can take for the interior lenticular surface and another one for the posterior surface. Again, as with any other femtosecond platform, the docking and the cyclotorsion, and after the docking only he can manually do a little bit of cyclotorsion manually only. Then the swing, it was smart sight, again a faster laser, but results are not so good so far. And silk, the feeling comes to be very smooth, and they call it the Small Incision Lenticule Keratomileusis, claiming to be a better system than others, aimed at reduced pulse energy and a faster speed, got a CE mark, and it's FDA cleared for the flap only, not for the lenticular head. So being sold only in Europe and the Asia Pacific. And comparing all these new femto platforms, both the silk and the Zemer systems are low energy systems with a faster pulse rate. Schwind and ZEISS use a higher energy. Dissection of lenticule is claimed to be somewhat easier in silk, but as what people expected was a totally floating lenticule that has not been really possible so far. The volume of tissue moved is almost the same in all the various femto platforms. ELITA in addition makes a biconvex lenticule, which is supposed to give slightly better coaptation of the collapsed lenticular surfaces after the lenticule is removed. Recovery is somewhat faster at day 1, but within a week they are almost all equal, and none of them really give a very perfect outcome, coming to a max of about 91% at the end of about a month. Though they improve slightly beyond this at the later 2-3 months checkups. And a recent study from India by Manipal Sajdev and Rohit Sethi showed that about 81% have good correction, rest of them are still a bit plus minus, and the biggest problem with these lenticule procedures is that you cannot do a real lenticule correction with the same platform on these patients. So 85% of silk or spile patients have one uncorrected vision of 20/20 or better. And though many years ago, in fact almost 14 years ago, the Contoura FDA trial still had better vision outcomes than these. And now the extremer lasers have also started coming up with much new technologies. So to sum up for these silk and the smile, basically yes, the uncorrected vision after this procedure is yet something which leaves something to be desired. There are more higher order aberrations, especially in case the lenticule is even slightly decentered because of decentered docking. And there is no active cyclotorsion or active tracking or centration, you have to do it manually only. The short-term benefits of dry eyes are there for the first couple of months, but no long-term benefits from dry eyes. And the corneal ectasia, that was the primary thing that people thought they would help. But post-lenticle extraction, these eyes are as prone to ectasia as any other corneal refractive procedure, except for yes, the surface ablations. And biomechanics, hysteresis, all these things are claimed theoretical benefits, not really much seen on a practical front. And basically what happened was all manufacturers were waiting for the life patent to end, and the Me Too kind of a thing happened with all. That okay, we are also going to make a lenticular procedure. Yes, our doctor friends also want to be different from their colleagues, so they are also interested in a different technology. And friend Contoura Wallace, he said all the femtosecond laser platforms are good. They are good in what they do, but there are some things which they just can't do, and that's another story altogether. Patients are happy that they can see almost as well after the laser as they did with glasses, but they really don't know what they are missing. So I am not happy for that. The excimer being a much sharper tool than the femto. The cutting accuracy of an excimer is about 1/4 of a micron, that of a femto is 4 microns. That's a 16 times difference in the cutting accuracy of tools. And the excimer has introduced the Contoura, yes, that's a done thing now, STREAMLIGHT. And the newer things coming up is something they call foresights, that AI-based planning, innovise, and read a new technology of refractive correction. Contoura has established itself already, and yes, a lot of interest coming back onto the surface again. As far as the safety is concerned, so far no corneal laser can match the safety of a surface ablation. And for thin cornea, if you want something, it's not a lenticule extraction. For thin cornea, the best thing again is a surface ablation. There's no flap, no lenticule complications in this. And yes, the concerns of pain, haze, and regression are almost totally tackled nowadays. In fact, my surface treatment patients recover almost as fast as a smile patient. I mean, within a week, you get good better results with smile. Within a week, your surface treatment patients are good. And the lead myopia platform from Alcon is coming on to the Contoura, something to be launched next year. And this is taking care of the inherent multiple refractions within the pupil area to take care of your multifocality. And naturally, as with any other computer, a laser output can only be as good as the data input. So there are a lot of software programs coming in, artificial intelligence-based programs coming in to give you a true reflection of the patient's eye. But most of us must have seen that if you take readings of two different autographs, the readings are never same, and what the patient accepts is again a very different thing altogether. So no objective subjective readings ever match. Why is it so? There are actual physical factors for that. And the refractive and the topographic cylinders again vary a lot. So there are a lot of good programs now coming in to give you the best idea for the best refractive correction to do. But there are a lot of aberrations and a certain amount of dry eye also at times, which change your refractive value that you are going to put into your computer. So dry eye must be treated beforehand, and then after that, the topographic irregularities that you still get, they change your refractive cylinder. They can even change your refractive axis of the cylinder. Because and if you correct the aberration on the top of whatever refractive correction you do, the abnormalities, since they were contributing themselves to a part of the refractive error, they induce a change in the reflection finally. So foresights is a new artificial intelligence program already in use, yet to be introduced in India, and it takes care of the front and the posterior corneal astigmatism. It takes care of the anterior lenticular astigmatism. Then it uses a different vector analysis and geographic based software. The software used to study geographic parameters used on the eye, and the best part, it works for all possible eyes. So they are not that some patients are good for Lasik or some patients are good for foresight. All patients are good for this eye. The only limitation being, yes, you should be able to capture at least 3-4 multiple times repeatable corneal topographies of these patients. And then it takes an artificial intelligence tool to suggest the best sphere, the best cylinder, and the best cylinder axis along the aberrations that need to be corrected. So this is what basically the foresight is doing. You can see there are multiple vector analysis for the corneal astigmatism. Then there's something that's called the TELUS, which is a irregularity on the topography that you pick up at times, and the various astigmatism that you get on various surfaces of the optical surfaces of the eye, and then it gives you the idea for the best treatment for such patients. And Innovise is again a very new tool which is coming in, again going to be launched commercially next year. This is a ray tracing technology. Ray tracing, as we all know, is nothing new for us. Ray tracing for diagnosis has been used for many years now, but ray tracing for therapeutics is a very new thing. In this technology, they model of the eye, complete ocular corneal front surface, corneal back surface, lenticular surface, everything through and through, and they call it the eye avatar of the eye. And then this data is used to create the perfect refractive treatment for a particular patient. So there are a lot of innovations that we're going to see in these eczema platforms. Thank you for your patience.